Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Excuse me, moving my camera around. Let's talk with Kay, with me, Kay. Oh, my eyes don't look red. I'm like, man, I'm telling you, allergies been kind of bothering me for the past couple of weeks or so. That's why I'm wearing my glasses, because, man, I couldn't do no contacts and do contacts and have itchy, watery eyes and stuff. So I'm wearing my glasses today. But today is Sunday. It is the June 22nd. It's around 10:40ish in the morning. And yeah, if you want to hear more about my personal life and all that, just wait towards the end. I'm trying not to make this video very long. I've been covering a really heavy topic, and a lot of times when I do cover heavy topics, it seems like I notice I need a break. It's like I need a break, you know. And I recorded a video and just to have a talk about something lighter earlier, but I never uploaded it. So yeah, so I think it's gonna be the last part of this series about religion. And I want to go into the last video, I think it was about patriarchy, if I'm not mistaken. Go watch the last two videos. The first one I consider more of an overview. The last one was, more on a specific topic on religion. And today I'm gonna focus on women. And there was another thing I wanted to focus on as well. I think it's mainly women. And I feel like I don't see the reason why women really need to be a part of religion. And when I say religion, because I know it's many religions out there, but I'm talking about the main three Abrahamic religions. Christianity, I used to be a Christian, and I feel like I was more at the time, like one foot in, one foot out. I was more ignorant. I didn't know who God was, but I knew there was a God. And I feel like a lot of my reason being a Christian was fear-based. Of course, fear of death and not wanting to go to hell. And I believe religion, me starting to go to church when I was around, I think 11, 12 or something like that. I would say the grade. I remember starting church when I was, started going to church when I was, I think fifth grade, probably I think it was like beginning of the sixth grade. That's when I remember that we just started going to church one day and things just changed. We just went from, as kids, me and my younger sister, went from just being carefree, just happy kids, to just now I feel like, at least from my perspective, it was more restrictive. And I believe it was a start of my anxiety and depression, to be honest. It seemed like before, I was partially shy, but I feel like I was more just depressed and had very low self-esteem. Before then, it was like I was like a normal kid. Every kid has different personalities and things like that. Some is more loud, some is more quiet, but there's nothing. But at the end of the day, I was, had friends, this, that, and the other. So, and then I went to start going to church, and I feel like during that time also, my mom's true colors started coming out, because, yeah, if you're a narcissist, you can act a certain way, especially when after you meet somebody, that narcissist will kind of contort themselves to be this great person, whatever, and then it seemed like their true colors came out. And I feel like that's during that time. My mom and my stepdad probably was married for it wasn't even very long. I would say probably, I'm not even gonna really think about it really hard for this, for sake of time, but I would say probably 3 years, they probably married before they started going to church, or maybe 4, who knows, but it was a short period of time. So I guess, that true person has to come out, in a sense. So during that time, my mom starting to go to church, it seemed like that's when that true person or true self started coming out. That's when she started becoming more abusive emotionally and mentally towards my stepdad. And it seemed like he became more and more of a shell of a person. But anyways, it seemed like as women, it's like, why even go? It's oppressive towards women. It's like everything about a woman, an essence of a woman, her divine femininity is erased from, I would say, I'm gonna talk, just to make things simpler, I'm gonna talk from a Christian perspective, because that's what I was raised in. And you can put your own religion in, in the topic, but just for simplicity. So it's like, first of all, it's like the woman is already deemed as the reason why the world is trying to stay clean. The world is just messed up. That's what is said according to the Bible, or interpretations of it. And then when you think of the Bible, it's like all these women are nothing but Jezebels and troublemakers and things of that nature. It's like nothing really good except having babies. That's about it, having babies. And then when you go to church, it's like, and it's in other religions too, that the women don't supposed to say nothing. It's like kids. Like, what's they saying when they say about kids? You're supposed to be seen, not heard. It seemed like that's what was taught to women. You're supposed to be seen and not heard, basically. And to me, I'm a woman, so of course I feel like things are much more deeper. Women are much more deeper than the caricature they put us in. And it's like women, I feel like religion is for men. It's like a big celebration for men. Men are the savior. Like, first of all, it's like the thing to me, what's so insulting to me is the fact that all of creation came from a man, according to the Bible. All of creation came from man. But when it's like, what is the women's part in creation? And it seemed like, to me, it's because of religion. It seemed like women, especially if you're really religious, it's like you're brainwashed and just forgotten that how important and powerful you are. And because when you really think about it, what man do you know? And I'm not talking about women that transition, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about full-blooded, born a male. I haven't seen nobody. I haven't seen no male birth a baby. And I'm trying to be kind of PC, but not PC and all this. Think about it, how powerful it is for a woman to basically have that responsibility of who's coming to earth or not. But because of religion brainwashed us, so it's like women, I feel like we don't really understand our power in that. First of all, this who's the seed concept is all birthed from religion, because they say the man is the seed. But nobody can't, even with all that sperm or whatever, it's not able to produce life by itself. A woman's egg has way more genetic properties, more. I'm not a geneticist or biologist, but from what I understand and from what I learned, you can Google it, you can chat GPT it, go into a biology book, but not high school, because they ain't going to teach this in high school. They're going to give you the basics and probably let you figure out what's between the lines in a sense. But a woman's egg got more genetic composition, or it's more, I'm trying to put the right, I wish I would have wrote this down, but basically my point I'm trying to make is, and even with that being said, you need the woman's mitochondria to even power up the production of the creation of a child. Without that, it's like you can put all the sperm into a woman, and it's like, dude, that egg is needed to basically, like, okay, I kind of in a sense choose which sperm they're gonna fertilize this egg, and then we need to power it up, which comes from a woman. If I'm wrong, correct me. I'm talking about real life geneticists or whatever. They can explain it a lot better than I can. But according to religion, it's like a woman is just an incubator. We just there to hold the baby, tote the baby, or whatever you want to call it. And it's like, and to me, I can get deep into it. I feel like later on I need a Patreon to get real deep into it, because I'll probably be banned from YouTube if I go much more deep. But I feel like religion helped create this caricature of the definition of woman being a female. It's like nowadays it got to the point where a woman is basically thought about as makeup, dress, long hair, and I'm like, it's so much deeper. I mean, think about it from a man's point of view. If I wear jeans, I wear pants, but if that's all a man is characterized as, jeans, pants, a beard, would they be insulted? I would be insulted as a woman if that's all people would think about me in general as a woman, was dresses, skirts, makeup, and that's me as a woman. And when I was going to church, we stopped wearing like jeans, shorts, and all that other type of stuff. As kids, it was like all we had to wear were dresses. Like, that just made you a woman. And we have to be quiet, we have to be meek, like I said, like a child. You basically like this, like I mentioned as saying, you just there to be seen and not heard. And to me, that's very insulting. And I feel like that's why when I say we live in the upside down, we do live in the upside down. This world is ass backwards. And right now, as of yesterday, I mean, another war has been started and all that, and women are not really starting these wars, it's men. And a lot of it is boiled down to religion, if you want to get more deeper and deeper, because especially in the Middle East, they've been warring and fighting for centuries upon centuries upon centuries upon centuries. And there's no balance. It's like the woman's intuition, the woman's what you would think about a woman is not at play here. Because when you really think about it, I don't see, even, yes, there's a lot of screwed up women, there's a lot of screwed up women living in this world too. But even with all that screwed upness, I don't think women will just be like, you know what, we can't talk, we can't communicate. Let's just start a war. See how many people we can kill until somebody say mercy. I just don't see it. They say women talk too much. Yeah, because we do have a brain. We can basically think about 1,000 things all at once, But I feel like because of patriarchy, which is the foundation of it is religion, it's like a woman's voice is basically silenced. And then another thing, as far as religion concerned, I feel like our rights are being stripped away. Like I mentioned, I think I mentioned in my last video or the one before that, that in America, where I live right now, and where I'm from, they say there's a separation between church and state, or church and the government. In theory, yeah, I guess that can make sense in theory, but in real life, that's not true. Because if you have like a mindset that, if you come, because America is mainly a Christian, that's the dominant religion here is Christianity. And if you got the belief that a male is God, woman need to just sit down, shut up and eat, and things of that nature, that mindset is gonna go into politics. That mindset is gonna go into the laws that are being made. And right now, in a lot of states, there are laws about, what women should do. And I feel like, as a woman, that's our choice. Of what we want to do with our own bodies, point blank, period. And I feel like we are basically, as women, are losing our human rights. We only had it for like a little short period of time, maybe 1 or 2 generations. But now it's like, dude, it's already been taken away from us. And it's really sad. And a lot of it's because of religion, even though it must be a separation of church and state. Because of religious dogma, religious mindsets. It's like, to me, as a woman, overall, I'd be offended by that. Because what woman do you know basically trying to control, overall, not personally, like in your home or whatever? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about laws and other things like that. What group of women are trying to make laws to control a man's body? None. I don't know of any. But we got men who basically doing it for us, which is another slap in the face, because religion basically tell women to be quiet, shut up, don't talk, you don't got nothing important to say. It's your fault that, even though, what are women doing right now that are causing wars, poverty, all this, like housing crisis and things like that? Overall, we are not making the laws as a collective. But yet, this is the world we living in right now. I mean, I can go back into the past and all that type of stuff. Women were definitely not making no laws then. But right now in 2025, women as collective are not making any laws, and our voices seem to not really be, our voices are really not being heard or being taken seriously. And it's really sad. And I feel like religion got a lot of women stuck. And I know I'm going to probably get a lot of hates for this video. Religion, there's a lot of women that are still religious. They do believe that the man is the head and the man is right below God. And they either last or the kids are last. Unfortunately, some women do think that. They rather save a man from drowning than their own kids. That's how, fucked up a lot of these women's thinking are. I mean, there are receipts out there online of women saying this stuff. And I'm like, dude, to me, whether you believe in rights to abortion or not, or whatever, that's your belief. But at the end of the day, that should be the choice of what a woman make. Point blank, period. But then when you really read the writings on the wall, then you will see, you probably will glean out of this that women do have power in our choices. And me, they talk about the 4B movement or whatever. I've been on the 4B movement for quite a few years now. And I'm like, it got to the point that the way things are, I'm like, I'm disgusted. And I feel like as women in general, I feel like we ought to be so disgusted with the laws that are being made because of religion. Because at the end of the day, if we were going strictly by science and biology and all that type of stuff, the conversation about a woman's body and what she should do with it wouldn't even be on the table right now. It would just be strictly science. But people in 2025 are still thinking like, they just came out of a cave. And be gone science, be gone math, be gone, and it seemed like, I guess I'm gonna get personal here. And it seemed like sometimes I feel like I outgrown America. I feel like I outgrown it. It's like, look, it seemed like people, I hope it's not getting really dark because the sun is not really getting bright. Let me turn around. And like, what does that mean? I feel like, honestly, maybe if some people understand what I'm saying, please, comment, let me know, I'm not the only one. It seems like as you grow spiritually, it's like you see how backwards things are becoming. Like I mentioned, as a woman, it's like our rights are being stripped away, as far as our own autonomy, our own bodies. I mean, it's a really sad case. You hear stories, like I hear a story coming out from Georgia. Basically, a dead woman was forced to give birth. And to me, that's kind of creepy, And I'm like, and then I promise you, and I'm not trying to get political or whatever, but at the end of the day, this is spiritual. We have spiritual warfare. We're in a spiritual warfare on so many different fronts. We're in spiritual warfare with our food. I was watching a video the other day about a lady. She basically was saying her dog don't even eat the sausage from McDonald's, Oh my goodness, of course my daughter calls. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. My daughter, of course, interrupted me. But anyways, what was I gonna say? And the part that's, like I mentioned, yeah, I remember now. Like the food, TV, which I call and a lot of people call it television. Now we got social media, politics or politricks, religion. Believe it or not, some people don't want to think religion is part of the matrix. It's part of the matrix too. I mean, think about it. It wasn't TV and all that wasn't invented thousands of years ago. So what do you think was available to control the masses? Religion. Religion was used as a political strategy, basically. And so yeah, and it's like, to me, in America, as far as spiritually, there is a war on women. And the reason why now is because a lot of women are waking up. A lot of women are finally waking out of the spell. A lot of women deciding, I'm not going to church. Church is not for me. And a lot of women are seeing how problematic patriarchy is, how problematic these notions of relationships, marriages, as far as who's the head of the household, and just because this person has a penis, that means they are all smart, but they got science that proves, oh no, the women, as far as intellect, women far outpace men. But because of our conditioning and such, social conditioning, it's like men are being upheld as the smartest, and women choose to play down their intelligence in order to be able to get married. Because it's gonna be a lot of men don't respect intelligent. I'm not gonna say respect. A lot of men don't see women as marriage material if they are very smart and very intelligent. I mean, that's just point blank period. And so a lot of times women play down their intelligence. And it's so sad, because even it's a lot of men, even spiritual men, have such cognitive dissonance that it's like they still want, even though they're supposed to be spiritual, because I seen this on YouTube with a man that's supposed to be spiritualist, but yet going to church. And then it's like, I'm not trying to throw shade or whatever, but a lot of times you can tell these women who are married, because they look wore out, and his wife looked wore out. They still got that, still believing that dogma about the man is the head of the household and all this type of stuff. And then what really turned me off was the fact that he mentioned that, I guess, I'm gonna take these earbuds out because it just feels weird wearing them while I'm driving. But what's so sad is the fact that he started talking about how this gender war, which I hate that phrase, gender war, that because to me it seemed like it put men and women on equals, but when you really look at reality, men and women are not equal in the sense of equality, being treated fairly, equal wages, having autonomy, the same type of autonomy as men have, autonomy over their own bodies. It's like they're, and dang. But anyways, I'm getting off topic, but I'll go there in a minute. But it was like he mentioned that gender war phrase, which makes my butt itch, and basically talking about, like, we're supposed to be meant together, families, the father and the mother, and this gender war is all due to media. I'm like, dude, no, this is spirit, first and foremost. This is not a gender war due to the media. This is women. Spirit is at play here. Spirit is at play. Women all around the world is feeling the same way. Women coming into accord slowly but surely, deciding not to marry, deciding not to have kids. To me, when people say it's a gender war at play, it's another way to me of discrediting and minimizing how women feel and what we say. It's not, I'm gonna say, it's been a war against women, and that war has been a losing war, and women been on a losing team for centuries. And I'm not even gonna say it's a war, but it's not a war. It's oppression. Women been oppressed for centuries. Centuries. It's been so long, we don't even know. I don't know. Maybe somebody chat GTP, or I can research it, whatever, and find some information. It ain't gonna be new information, but still. When have women played an equal role in this world with men? It's been so long. Now women are finally waking up and like, you know what, we deserve better. We deserve to be treated better. We deserve to have autonomy over what decisions we make over our body. And now because women are speaking out against a lot of plus we got femicide, especially in the black community. First of all, I'm a woman and I'm black. It's like I can't talk about that topic separately. You know what I'm saying? It's not important. Like I should just ignore that elephant in the room. Black femicide is so high. It's probably higher since the last statistics that were spread like 2 years ago. Black femicide against basically the killing of women and children, black women and children specifically, is so high, but yet men in our community is ignoring that. Now women, and it happens in other communities too, but overall it's being ignored. Now women are finally speaking out, and it's not even as loud as as you would think. And I feel like, and then even with the subtleness, because I don't think it's real loud. If it was real loud, I feel like women will be in lockstep. Most of us will be in lockstep, and men will be having a fit. If all of us in lockstep, majority of us in lockstep decide, hey, we're not having. Majority of us live the 4B. Men will go ham. But it's like they noticing it, that hey. And they doing studies talking about the male loneliness crisis, the all this other stuff men are dropping out of because we live in the upside down. The system don't work for either of us, for men or women. It's not working for either of us. And I believe me personally, and I believe some other people will say the same too, and probably have said the same, that I feel like in order for this world to get back on its right side, women will have to have a huge say in decisions, laws, and other things like that. And in order for that to happen, women have to make a collective choice on being either not deal with men until men decide, hey, we're going to do right, and the so-called good men out there will speak, more of them will speak up for women. But it's a privilege for them, for women to be, whether they spiritual or not, it's still a privilege for them that it seems like they don't recognize or don't want to recognize, refuse to recognize, to ignore it. And they're like, dude, I want to speak out on this. It's a privilege for us to subjugate women. And but that's what I'm saying. There's no such thing as a gender war. It's just women speaking up for ourselves. That's basically it. We're speaking up for ourselves. And my personal opinion, me being a black woman, I'm surprised that we haven't gotten the 4B movement years ago, decades ago. And why I say that? Growing up in the 80s, And before then, but I'm going to talk from my perspective. The major media was radio and TV. Just regular TV and AM and FM radio. And you had black men broadcasting how women were bitches, how black women specifically, black women were bitches, black women were hoes, black women this, black women blah 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 blah. And it seemed like there was a little fight in the beginning, but it seemed like it wasn't enough of us to really put a stop to it, or enough men, because the men were mainly the ones that were in charge of everything, to say, you know what, we shouldn't be having this on the radio. But I guess women just like, dude, nothing's changing for us, so the beats are fine. I guess we might as well dance to it and have a good old-fashioned time. But honestly, I feel like we should have been in the 4B movement decades sooner, and been like, you know what, because a lot of that stuff that was put out on the radio and TV, that stuff played out in real life. And now fast forward, the femicide rates, or black femicide rates, are very, very high. It's outpacing the femicide rates of whites and other communities. And I'm like, they made drug culture popular and all that type of stuff. But my point is, as far as women overall, I feel like once women stand on major accord, say enough is enough. But hey, like they say, you can only eat an elephant one bite at a time. So that's kind of what's going on right now. I feel like this is, like I said, it's a spiritual warfare. And the thing is, there's been warfare against women, or oppression, for centuries. Now, I always mention it in my video, it seems like each video, we're living in the age of Aquarius now. What is the age of Aquarius? The age of Aquarius, in spiritual terms, is basically the veil is thinning. All the lies, deceptions, and stuff were being uncovered. The deviancies and other things that's out in the world is being exposed. The truth is coming out more and more. It's just opening up people's eyes and raising the frequency. That's another thing I didn't mention. The frequency on Earth is trying to raise as well. So and please please forgive me, because I'm gonna just mention this is a really deep topic. So sometimes if I'm not coming off really energetic and all that type of stuff, this is just really deep. It's heavy. It's a heavy topic for me. I just like to mention it. So if it's a heavy topic for me, I'm not gonna feel really energetic. If it comes off boring because I feel heavy, I apologize. But yeah, so what I was gonna say, so basically now it's like, and basically the energetic frequency on Earth, Mother Earth is trying to raise her frequency, and yeah, so basically trying to clean things up, trying to make things right. And things are not going to be right until the woman is in her rightful place. And right now, the woman is so subjugated and so oppressed because of religion and things like that. You can't tell me otherwise. That people cannot say, oh, it's not religion that's a part of this. Religion plays a huge part of it. If you've been to church a few times, you read the Bible a few times, you heard sermons for a few times, you will know that religion plays a part of it. And I can go into more deeper videos about religion and things like that. But right now, the difference is, right now in this day and age, it's more of a collective speaking. And I always say the days of technology That era ain't, when I mean by the days of technology is over, I don't mean that technology and innovation and technology has stopped. I don't mean that. That's still gonna keep going. But I feel like maybe, I'm not sure if I heard it from somewhere else, or hey, if I came up with it, I'm the first one. I'm gonna take credit for that. We're in the age of information. I mean, we can go on ChatGTP, get accurate information. Go on Google, get accurate information. TikTok, getting information from other people. We're in the age of information right now. So when people say, especially religious people or whatever, even some spiritual communities, say, hey, that's why they're keeping us distracted and all that type of stuff. They're keeping us distracted because they don't want us to get bored and go into a deep rabbit hole and start looking for information. They want to keep your mind busy with social media, because that's a double-edged sword there. You can go on social media to just be entertained, find stuff funny, look at cat videos, this, that, and the other, or you can go in and go into a rabbit hole, and take deep dives into information. It's a day of information. Let's keep them distracted. Let's keep them this. Let's keep them that. That's, in my opinion, that's why I believe there is so much stuff going on right now, because we're in the age of Aquarius. The veil is thinning. We got so much information out there that people can just sit at home in their bed in their pajamas and just start researching information and be like, that's a intriguing topic. Let me go more into that. And that's what people are starting to do. So now the Matrix and the architects of the Matrix is now throwing all these tomatoes and seeing what stick on the wall. Here we got these wars going. It's like the millennials. I'm early Gen X. Some people even call me an elder millennial. It's like, dang, it's like things been going on since 2000. Boom, 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 just to keep people like unsettled all the fucking time. And that's because, hey, they don't want people to wake up, especially women. It's like, dang, we gave women some type of rights and stuff. Now they excelling and they figuring out their power. Now they want to, I guess, put that rabbit back in the hat, and that's not going to happen. It's like, once you let the rabbit out, it's like, it's out there now. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell the women in religion, this is like my last topic as far as this series goes, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about other different things. But as women, get out of religion. Like, why are you in a religion where you're being talked to or talked at by a man, being told that men are better than you, taking you out of your rightful spot as a creator? You got a portal that human souls go through. If that's not power, what else could it be? No, people ain't come from no fucking rib, because if people came from a rib, it will be happening today. But out of all these years, it never did again. It's get out of the cognitive dissonance. It's get out of that delusion. Because me personally, I'm gonna say this disclaimer, because a lot of times people take things personally and think because you're talking about a certain topic, you hate the person. I don't hate Christian people. I don't hate the person that's Christian. I put it that way. I don't hate none of the people. I hate the system. I hate the system. And whatever you thinking that might be religious and godly and stuff, in my opinion, I'm thinking it's demonic. And people can say, ooh, she's ran by the devil. No. Because when you got if you feel like due to religion, you can control people, manipulate people, got us living outside of our rightful places, that's opposite of being spiritual, in my opinion. So, and also you taking away a person's free will. And I'm not saying it's okay to go out, run around outside naked and, steal and take and whatever, just acting like a degenerate out there. I ain't saying that's right, but when you get to the point where you feel like, okay, I'm gonna give you this information that's very inaccurate, I want you to believe it. If you don't believe it, you're gonna go to hell, which is gonna put you in a perpetual state of fear for all your life. So when you're in a perpetual state of fear, people can easily manipulate you to do this and do that and do this and that. And also religion is a form of male worship as well. I know, especially when I went to church, they had pastor anniversary, pastor this, pastor that, to the point people like literally without even knowing it, making this person their God. This person can do no wrong, and if they did do some wrong, they so easily forgiven, versus me, who probably stepped on your foot and you're ready to fight me and hate me and don't want to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but anyways, that's my sermon of the day. I feel like if you're a woman, it's like, why in your absolute right mind would you want to be in religion? Because I don't want to be oppressed. Ever since I got out of Christianity, I've been happier. I've been more freer. My thoughts are more clearer. I'm not going through no freaking anxiety like I used to. It's like I got a calmness to me. And yeah, so if you like this video and you see my other ones and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like the video if you do like it. Share your comments, what you think, and share this video, because I won't be surprised even when I don't have that many subscribers. They probably shadow ban my ass. But yeah, so I'm try to put out a video every Sunday, trying to be more consistent. That's my goal. And yeah, and to make, if you, just like they used to do in church, if you, we at this part of our sermon right now, so if you can go ahead and leave, but now I'm about to talk about the benediction. Okay, yesterday I went to an animal shelter in my city to do like shadowing, which is a qualification I have to have. I have to shadow somebody in order to be able to volunteer by myself any time within the hours that they have. And I did that and I passed that. My daughter went with me, so she want to volunteer as well. So, because I want to contribute to my community, and I want to do more things. My run time sped up. I ran, it was last week. I ran, I think like 37 minutes or something. I don't even remember. I'll put it on the screen if I even remember that. I lost weight. I'm going down into the 161s. I'm about to, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned before, ebbs and flows, because I'm a woman going through hormones and I'm in perimenopause. So, of course, you got the water weight and all this other stuff going on. So, then when you're close to your cycle, that's a whole nother story. So, but yeah, right now, it was like 162.2. It went up today. Yesterday it was my lowest, and it went up today probably because I didn't get that much sleep. So yeah, so I think I got like 4 hours of sleep. I didn't get that much sleep, so I might take a long ass nap today. And yeah, and I think I might post a little cutest cat that we actually saw at the shelter. It's like, I'm like, you're like the really cutest little kid, and it's like you are just acting to be cute. Like you just got little cues, a little head tilt, all that type of stuff. So cute. So yeah, so life is going great. Looking forward to the rest of the year, see how that goes. I'm gonna try to keep making more videos. I did mention a while back I'm open to have another job in accounting, because yeah, your girl kind of gets bored, kind of getting bored. I'm like, I miss the challenge of accounting work and things. So I got an interview soon, and yeah, so I'm still trying to maintain all that and maintain my business, because I always believe in having like a second, third income and all that. And I've been doing that for a while after I got out the military. So yeah, so that's how life is going right now. Temperatures are scorching hot in the hundreds here in Albuquerque, New Mexico right now. So that's probably why I've been skipping videos. Like I don't think I put out a video last week, and the girl late today because normally I do videos outside and it'd be hot, so I probably will be doing more videos inside, get a chance to see a little bit of my house. So yeah, so like, share, comment. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.